All right, good morning. So, what do we have here? So, on the daily time frame for the dollar, so we had this expansion leg on Monday's trading, this rally higher, taking out buy side liquidity resting above here and coming for this rejection block. Then we closed lower, opened higher on Tuesday, rallied up and then dropped lower, closed lower, opened lower here, and then currently trading inside of this down close candle, taking out sell side liquidity here. So we're currently trading inside of this imbalance here, this BC. So this BC was noted on the previous video. So this is the BC. Let's take a quick look and get a feel for what the market is trying to do. So we're trading inside of the BC. So the new week opening gap, after creating this gap here with the new week opening gap, price rallied higher, then dropped lower. Then we used the midpoint of the new week opening gap as a support broken turned resistance. So the consequent encroachment of this new week opening gap was used here on during the midnight opening price for Tuesday's trading. Then price dropped lower, coming down to this relative close and ultimately inside of this daily BC. We're currently trading below the midpoint of it, which is the lower quadrant. So let's take a quick look. And remember, from the beginning of this week's trading, because of this new week opening gap, how distance it is, we are expecting a choppy body of price action inside of the week. But that's by the way. So let's look at our assets of s- focus, which is the US 500. So let's take all of this off so we have a clear understanding on of price. So start from the weekly time frame if we will see anything. So this is what we have here on the weekly time frame. We are currently inside of this range bound price action, taking out highs here, this buy side liquidity, and taking out sell side liquidity. This right here is a range bound price action, and this week's trading solidified it. So it is better for you as traders to trade intraday models or just short term scalps. So on the weekly, already we took out buy side liquidity resting here and took out sell side liquidity resting here. So we're going to one, two, hmm. So we have sell side liquidity resting below this low. Obviously, sell side liquidity is currently resting below this low because traders that bought here to take out the size, their stops will be placed here as sell stops. So let's go lower quickly to the 4 hour. So this will be a quick one because I have some matters to attend to. We'll likely do we'll likely stream the afternoon session in a live settings. So what do we see here and what is drawing our attention? So this here is a new week opening gap. We indicated that in previous video that this new week opening gap will cause a range bound price action inside of the week, inside of this week's trading. When a new week opening gap is like this, it will cause a range bound price action inside of the week. So you have Sunday's opening here, Monday rallied higher here to the high of the new week opening gap. Then Tuesday traded to this high back after trading back to this imbalance, which is this BC from the 10 a.m. candle. Then rallied higher. Then we are currently inside of this range bound price action as explained in Monday's upload. So what do we have here? So we have this relative equal lows here, and we have this relative equal highs here. I'm going to indicate that. So what we're currently doing here is getting a feel for what price action is currently doing, getting a feel for it. We've not taken any trade inside of this week's trading, which is perfectly okay. It is better to it is better to preserve capital. That is your first goal. Your first goal as a risk manager is capital preservation. What you are basically doing as risk managers are as money managers and risk managers are is just simply protecting your capital, and then your number two goal is to make money. Your number one goal is not to make money, it is to preserve that money you've been given to manage. Your number two goal is to make money. So we'll go let's so you have this CB here. This CB is a likely indication for lower prices. But let's see how this BC is going to act on price. Because here you have this relative equal lows resting here, which is further signifying this sell side liquidity as price wanting to go for lower prices. Now, gone to my head, I'm expecting price to go for I'm expecting the US 500 to go for lower prices, but that is not because we still have a 50-50 narrative in price. We still have this buy side liquidity resting above here. So I'm not taking any I won't be taking any risks until 10 a.m. if the New York session presents us with something of value. So the 1 hour time frame. So we're going to start our labeling. So here we have the Sunday's opening price. So Wednesday midnight we opened here. So you have the midnight open. So right here it's a rejection block. So you're going to see if the algorithm is interested in this rejection block to reject higher. That is if this buy side liquidity is of target. But I prefer price to come for this rejection block short term. So we'll see how that reflects. So during the New York session, we are going to do this live with the private community. So that's by the way. Now this purge in buy side liquidity, if you look at the eye of this candle, the eye of this candle is 6042.5, while the eye of this candle is 6042.0, meaning we went above this candle by 0.5 points. So this right here is seen as a purge of this buy side liquidity, which is extremely important. So let us get a feel for the forex market to solidify our bias or come to a conclusion on what our bias is likely to be going into New York. So rejected from this rejection block here, from and then drop lower, targeting this low. So we've currently traded inside of this imbalance here, this BC. This BC was our target going into this ES trading. So we did that. Let's take all of this off. So traded down lower inside of this weekly BC. Took out this relative equal highs, failed to take out this, then created the sell side liquidity pool, failed to take out the sell side liquidity pool here. So we are currently inside of a range bound price action. Now I will not be personally doing anything in the market until we get a clear directional bias and one-sidedness of price. So that's that. There's no need looking at this chart currently. There's currently no need to go lower into the lower time frames. So that's that. I'll talk to you in the PM session. Hope you got something from this video. Have a nice day and good luck, good trading.